Khan Younis burns. Nasser Hospital lies in ruins, its halls echoing with grief. Journalists and medics struck down in back-to-back blasts. Israel admits responsibility, as Netanyahu calls it, a tragic mishap. But rights groups call it a deliberate double-tap strike, a war crime. Around the world, condemnation grows, and the truth remains bitterly contested. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, on August 25th, acknowledged what he described as a tragic mishap at Gaza's Nasser Hospital in Khan Younis, an incident that has left at least 21 people dead, including 5 journalists.
Israel deeply regrets the tragic mishap that occurred today at the Nasser Hospital in Gaza. Israel values the work of journalists, medical staff, and all civilians. The military authorities are conducting a thorough investigation. Our war is with Hamas terrorists. Our just goals are defeating Hamas and bringing our hostages home.
The remarks came only hours after one of the deadliest strikes on media workers since the Gaza conflict began, sparking renewed accusations of deliberate targeting and violations of international law. According to Palestinian health officials, the first strike on Nasser Hospital killed Hussam al-Masri, a Reuters associate, who was working near a live broadcasting position set up on the hospital's upper floors. Witnesses said that shortly afterwards, Israel struck the same location again in what they described as a double-tap attack, killing more journalists, medics, and rescue workers who had rushed to the scene. The journalists confirmed dead include Mariam Abu Dagha, a freelancer who contributed to the Associated Press and other outlets; Mohammed Salama, a journalist with Qatar-based broadcaster Al Jazeera; Moaz Abu Taha, a freelancer who occasionally worked with Reuters and other international agencies; Ahmed Abu Aziz, an independent journalist active in Gaza. Photographer Hatem Khaled, also a Reuters contractor, was severely wounded. The Israel Defense Forces later confirmed that its forces struck the area around Nasser Hospital. The IDF Chief of Staff reportedly ordered an immediate inquiry. Only an hour before Netanyahu's comments, US President Donald Trump was asked about the strike. At first, Trump admitted he was unaware of the specifics, but nonetheless weighed in with characteristic bluntness.
We're going to talk to about it. I don't want to see it. At the same time, we have to end that whole nightmare. I'm the one that got the hostages out. I got them out, all of them. Steve Witkoff has been amazing. He's done a great job. But I'm the one that got them all out through my people and through me. And now we're left with probably a little bit less than 20, because I think 1 or 2 are gone. And I said a long time ago, I'm going to get them out, but when we get down to that final 10 or 20, these people aren't going to release them because they're dead after they release them. So it's a nasty situation. Very nasty, horrible thing.
Trump went further, predicting that the Gaza war, which has now dragged on for nearly 2 years, could end within weeks.
Oh, there's a diplomatic push. There has been, yeah, sure. Right now, Steve, I would say very serious diplomatic push. Marco or Steve, Marco, do you want to answer that first?
It's never stopped. We've always looked to find a solution there. Ultimately, as the president said, we want it to end. It has to end with no Hamas.
I would say that we wouldn't be anywhere but for the president's truth last week, which was a statement to Hamas that they better get their act together and get to the peace table. But for that, it would have been all stalled. So, as usual, he is the man who moves it.
Despite Trump's prediction of a conclusive ending in 2 to 3 weeks, Israeli officials have made clear that their priority remains the conquest of Gaza City, an operation military experts estimate will take months. While Netanyahu insisted the hospital deaths were the result of an unintended tragedy, human rights organizations and independent analysts disputed the official Israeli account. Local Israeli media, citing military officials, reported that tank fire was responsible. But the Belgium-based Hind Rajab Foundation, a human rights and legal advocacy group, released preliminary findings contradicting that version.
Such a missile would be consistent with precision-guided systems used by Israel, meaning the operator would have seen or designated the target before impact. The Israeli military, therefore, knew they were striking medics, civil defense crews, and journalists. This was a deliberate double-tap war crime, not an accident. Researchers at the Hind Rajab Foundation are finalizing a detailed technical report on this attack, which will be included in a forthcoming legal filing against those responsible.
Israel Hayom, a right-leaning Israeli daily, reported that the intended target of the first strike may have been a camera mounted on the hospital's roof. Troops allegedly believed Hamas was using it to monitor Israeli troop movements. Critics, however, note that international news agencies routinely install live feed cameras across Gaza to provide skyline shots for broadcast use. The killing of 6 journalists in a single day, amid already staggering civilian casualties, triggered widespread outrage across the Middle East and beyond. The Organization of Islamic Cooperation, OIC, called it a war crime and an assault on press freedom. The Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, PFLP, said the attack exposed the absolute brutality and sadism of the Israeli occupation. Qatar's Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a strongly worded statement.
Israel's targeting of journalists and humanitarian workers requires urgent and decisive international action to provide protection and ensure accountability. The ministry also reiterates the urgent need for global solidarity to end the brutal genocidal war on the Gaza Strip, address the catastrophic humanitarian situation in the enclave, and move forward toward achieving a just and sustainable peace that guarantees the establishment of an independent, fully sovereign Palestinian state based on the 1967 borders, with East Jerusalem as its capital.
Turkey denounced the hospital strikes as another war crime. Burhanettin Duran, the head of Turkey's Presidential Communications Directorate, wrote on X,
Press freedom and human values have once again been targeted, under the shadow of genocide, amidst the anguished cries of the innocent. Israel, which continues its atrocities without regard for any humanitarian or legal principles, is under the illusion that it can prevent the truth from being revealed through its systematic attacks on journalists.
Iran called the incident a barbaric war crime designed to accelerate what it described as the genocide of Palestinians. Several European nations, including the United Kingdom, Germany, Spain and France, condemned the strike on aid and press workers, adding to the growing international pressure on Tel Aviv. The deaths at Nasser Hospital highlight the dangers facing Palestinian journalists, who serve as the eyes and ears of the international community inside Gaza, especially given Israel's restrictions on foreign media. With each strike, critics warn, Israel not only destroys lives, but also erodes the possibility of independent reporting from inside the enclave. The tragic mishap Netanyahu referred to may, for many, look like something far more deliberate, an effort to silence those documenting the war's human toll. Since October 7, 2023, more than 240 Palestinians working in the media have been killed, according to the Palestinian Journalists Syndicate. However, according to the International Federation of Journalists, 219 journalists have been killed. Among them, 47 journalists have been killed in 2025 alone in the Israeli attacks in Gaza.